Jimmy Kimmel is back, but sorta.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up? Jimmy Kimmel, after days, several days of him being off the air, going dark, getting fired, suspended from his own ABC show, Jimmy Kimmel Live, he is officially coming back, but there's some curveballs here. And before we get into all that, let me just say this, okay? Yes, I get it. There's going to be some people that are very happy about this, and then there's going to be a couple people, or there's going to be other people that are going to be very upset about him getting his job back. Here's the thing. I truly believe that this was a freedom of speech issue. He said what he said. He has the right to say it. Doesn't matter if we agree with it or not. It's the same thing with what happened to Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk should not have lost his life the way that he did just because he had a difference of opinion to a certain group of people or to a certain half of the country or whatever, okay? Jimmy Kimmel went onto his platform and said his own opinion. That is not illegal, and that should not be grounds of losing his job. Now, I know some of y'all got technical with it and all that, but and basically saying that, you know, Sinclair Broadcasting Group, ABC, Disney, the powers that be, they have the right to fire him if they want to because of X, Y, and Z. Well, here's the thing. The people responded. The people joined together and they said, this is not right. They fought not only for Jimmy Kimmel, but they were really fighting for freedom of speech. Okay, making speech free again. Okay, guys, that is the biggest thing right here. And I think this is the reason why this happened. Now, I feel that Stephen Colbert should get his job and his show back as well. But that's another whole can of worms that, you know, everyone needs to jump down. He didn't lose his job directly for saying something directly about the Charlie Kirk tragedy and MAGA, okay? Yes, he said a lot about MAGA, but that, like I said, is a whole other conversation. And maybe the powers that be will go over and look at the Stephen Colbert situation on another time, you know? But for right now, freedom of speech won. The people who fought for freedom of speech won this time, okay? The Constitution won this time, which I'm very happy about, to be completely real, okay? But nonetheless, hold on now, okay? Nonetheless, I hit the wrong button. Nonetheless, there is, I was trying to find the record scratch. There it is. Nonetheless, though, there's a little bit of a curveball. Now they're saying not only is he able to come back, which of course is great news, and we have got to talk about that indefinitely. He was fired indefinitely, but now he is able to return. There's something else that's going on. They're now saying that certain ABC affiliates will not be airing Jimmy Kimmel. So if you are under if your ABC channel is under the Sinclair Broadcasting company, you may not be getting Jimmy Kimmel Live tonight. And he's set to come back live tonight. And you know for a fact everybody and their mama wants to hear that opening monologue. Shoot, the whole show may just be an opening monologue. You never know. This is wild. So, again, let me just share with you guys first, okay? Which, I talked about this last night, or not last night, yesterday afternoon when we were watching the whole breaking news about autism and Tylenol, okay, acetaminophen, okay. Now, again, that's some wild stuff as well. But this was breaking news while we were waiting that he will return tonight. Now it's tonight on Monday. So Walt Disney Company, okay, because everybody was boycotting the apps, Hulu, etc. They felt that in their pocket, guys. They most definitely did when everybody was doing it. Everyone from Disney stars that were refusing to show up to red carpet events, to their own Disney movies that they were starring in, were refusing to do that in boycotting, okay, in reaction to Jimmy Kimmel losing his job And of course, like I said, this is much bigger. Now, no disrespect to Jimmy Kimmel, but this is much bigger than Jimmy Kimmel. This has to do with our First Amendment right, the right to speak, right? The freedom of speech, freedom of press, right? And everyone joined. Everyone was unsubscribing, not supporting. And I mean, obviously, there was not everybody, but a good portion of the world or of the country did this. And Disney really felt this. And I don't know if people are going to be going back to Disney and subscribing, buying their apps or anything of that sort for a little while now because of what happened here. Okay. But they said in a statement last Wednesday, we made the decision to suspend production on the show to avoid further inflaming a tense situation at an emotional moment for our country. There's more to this, guys. They have a $6 billion, multi-billion dollar deal that they're all trying to get. I mean, it's bad. And they're trying to get good on the good side of the FCC. I mean, if you don't know about that, look it up. It's some serious stuff. But moving on. It is a decision we made because we felt some of the comments were ill-timed and thus insensitive. They later on said, we spent the last days having thoughtful conversations with Jimmy. And after those conversations, we reached the decision to return the show on Tuesday. I truly think that it's much more than that. I think that they literally came to him. He said, my lawyers are here. I got my boys, right? I got my killers with me right here. They said, hey, how you terminated him, how you took him off the air goes against the contract that he signed. I think that's part of it too. Then also, you have people not following, unsubscribing, deleting their apps for Hulu and Disney. That's a lot of money. They felt quite the dip, just to be completely real. But here's the thing. A lot of people are rejoicing about Jimmy Kimmel getting back on the air for the fact of freedom of speech, right? And then, of course, he's got his fans too, of course. But freedom of speech, top of the top, right? It's the cream of the crop, right? Now, here's the thing, though. Now we're hearing that his comeback is derailed as major ABC affiliates are refusing to air his show after this, what he said, right? So we got to take a look at this, too. So now there's a curveball. He'll be on the air, but not all of us will be able to see him. So they say his comeback last night has been dealt a massive blow with ABC affiliates refusing to broadcast it in nearly 40 major markets after Disney announced the liberal TV host will return Tuesday. So Sinclair, said right here, beginning Tuesday night, Sinclair will be preempting Jimmy Kimmel Live across our ABC affiliate stations and replacing it with news programming. Discussions with ABC are ongoing as we evaluate the show's potential return. Preemption is when the owners of an affiliate switch out national programming for their own. So it came as people across the political spectrum reacted to his return, with MAGA raging and Charlie Kirk's former co-host writing Disney and ABC caving and allowing Kimmel back on the air is not surprising, but it's their mistake to make. Nexstar and Sinclair do not have to make the same choice. And I'm assuming that maybe his partner, Colvett, said this, and Nexstar and Sinclair saw this. And now you have Sinclair basically saying, yeah, you know what? They got a point. We don't have to go along with this. So no, we're not airing his stuff. F that, we're good, right? Now, the biggest affiliate, Sinclair, owns WJLA in Washington, meaning Donald Trump and the nation's other major political players won't be able to watch. So, and they have a lot across the country, over dozens of other ABC stations across the country. So we might be able to see a little bit, but not everybody, Certain corners of the world, corners of the country may not be able to see this anymore or see it live, broadcasting live. But I'm going to tell you this, though. That doesn't stop the internet. You don't think that he's going to be able to say what he says and then they're going to instantly plop it up on YouTube or on TikTok, any of these social media sites? Real talk. It's not going to stop him from saying what he wants to say. And it's not going to stop people from being able to get access to the opening monologue or to the show when it airs or after it airs. Because again, people are very crafty. People will screenshot that whole mug and put it up on the internet for everyone to see. Real talk. But you know they'll do it too. They'll do it as well. They will, okay? But somebody's going to screenshot it while it's live just in case he says something wild that ABC or Disney doesn't want to put on their platform, because that is a possibility as well. But again, guys, he still has to basically, they still have on the table that he has to basically apologize to the Kirk family, make a sizable donation to the Kirk family, and this is two separate things, to the family, and he still has to make a sizable donation to Turning Point USA, which, by the way, Turning Point USA is properly minted. They made so much cash at that memorial. I'm not saying anything bad about it. It's just facts. They made a lot of money. They're doing just fine. Him adding to the pool of money that they made, I mean, I don't know if it's going to make that big of a difference, but at the same time, that's the thing. It depends on if he's willing to do that. Apologize to Charlie Kirk's family, his wife, and his kids, and make a sizable donation to them, to the family, and to his organization. I mean, I don't know if he's actually going to bend to that, but we will see nonetheless. But what say you guys? You know, when it comes to this whole thing, this is crazy. Okay, I will say that. It is absolutely crazy that he even lost his show in the first place. And I know there's some that are going to disagree with me on that, and that's fine. But I truly think, and it doesn't matter if I like him as a comedian, if I think he's a good host or not. It's about freedom of speech. He had the right to say what he wanted to say on that platform. And now they're still stifling his voice. They're still doing something. There's still a caveat here. It's not like he's fully up and running yet. And I'm wondering if he's going to be willing to jump through those hoops to make those things happen, or if the Jimmy Kimmel Live show is just going to keep moving and say, hey, if Sinclair doesn't want to air us, then they don't want to air us. I don't know. What say you guys? Okay, is this still a violation of his First Amendment or not? Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button down below. Crush that subscribe button. We'll talk here soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.